Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever and whenever you're seeing this video. Welcome to Creative Mind on Flockside TV, the show where business meets with creativity. We bring to you in-depth conversation with remarkable individuals in their industry. And the person I have with me today, I've actually brought him before, and he's here again, the second time to grace this show. If you've not seen this episode right here, you need to go and see it because we explored a lot of things about the fashion industry and who he is. And today we'll be diving into the business of modeling, fashion designers, and branding. Let's go. Good day, sir. How are you doing today?
Good day. It's good to be here one more time.
Yeah. You look so good and yummy.
Thank you.
It's because of this fashion of a thing. You're repping your fashion.
Yes, we have to always rep the industry we represent.
Never to be cotton fresh.
Exactly.
So a quick one. Let me go into your profile. Mr. Adeshola Ademiloye is a brand manager, media content creator, graphics designer, and business consultant who began as a photographer in Ibadan. He is the founder and CEO of Arcade Dynasty, an arcade model agency. Having trained over 1,000 models globally, a sport analyst with experience at Petals Radio and MITV, he also created content for Lagos at 50 and Ile-Ife Heritage Projects. He is a visionary behind multiple fashion platforms, including Arcade Fashion Week, Arcade Fashion Experience, El Amor Fashion Tour, Ashoke Fashion Week, and Ibadan Bridal Fashion Week. With over 50 brand identities designed, Adeshola also served as a resident pastor of the Exchange Church Ibadan. Pastor Adeshola. Now that you're a pastor, how are you doing? How's the ministry? How's the Church of God going?
The ministry is doing pretty well.
I'm not going to ask you about your background because I already know your background and we've actually spoken about that.
Okay.
So now let's just go straight into the business of modeling.
Yeah.
In this new generation of digital and cultural evolution, how would you define the business of modeling today?
Okay. The industry is ever evolving and it's still evolving. Well.
Okay.
So the best thing for models to take advantage of these digital platforms we have to showcase themselves, to be more innovative. Now you can reach the world better. Few things I tell the model that train under the agency. I think for the past 2 years now, one of the requirements when we have like an 8 course for our models. So one of the things we do for them is when we get to a class, we call it branding. We make sure that every one of them has a YouTube channel, have a social media platform that they can express themselves. You know why? Because modeling has gone beyond you just being a model. You have to add more value, and I'll take an example to cap it up. If you are a model, I'm a model, and you have, let's say, like a 50,000 following on all your social media platforms, and I have, let's say, 10,000. Yes, I'm tall, I have what it takes that the client needs, but the client can say, okay, this person has more following. If I should model that client's clothes, is probably going to get more returns in sales. So most likely the person will go with the person that has the highest numbers. So social media is very important. On the YouTube thing, I tell you, everything you're doing, document it. It's very important. Document everything you're doing. Beyond what the agency gives you as commission, you can make extra income from your social media platform. Now you can't be a model without becoming a content creator. I'll be real with you.
That's the truth.
If you really want to survive in this country, you have got to merge everything together. So digitally, you have to be on point. You have to represent yourself, number one, represent your agency. If you are freelance, which does not no word like that, to God be the glory, but you can take advantage of technology, of the trending things, AI, to become a better person.
Do you think as a model, everything revolves around runway alone?
No. We have different kind of modeling. So we have all kind of models, about 13 of them. We have the runway, we have the fashion and editorial model, we have the commercial models, we have the petite model, we have child model. So it does not revolve only around runway. We have every kind of modeling. So what you do is that you look at what best suits you.
Okay.
And the truth is, I tell people, everybody is a model.
So I'm a model.
You are a model.
All right.
Don't you wear clothes?
I do.
Don't you look good?
I look good.
Somebody needs your body type to model a design that will sell to your market niche.
So if everybody's a model, then how are we going to sell the business?
Yes, it's because some just decided to take it professionally and to say, this is my career. You are into fashion, you wear clothes, you dress well, you'll be choose to say, okay, I just want to look good.
Yes.
But at the same time, you can say, okay, have anybody ever asked you that, oh, this clothes, I love your clothes, what are you wearing?
True.
So you have modeled that clothes for that person, and that person loves what you did. So if luckily you are the one that probably sold that fashion piece, the person will patronize you. Yes or no? So everybody is a model, but some people have chosen to say, this is my line of career. I want to take this professionally. I want to make this a means of income to build myself and to become someone great in life. So everybody is a model, and everybody can take advantage of that.
Everybody's a model, so I'm a model now.
You are.
All right.
Definitely.
One thing taken. Okay, for models, what is that mistake you think they do when they are branding themselves?
Is it even branding? I think first, when starting up, some models make a lot of mistakes.
Okay.
They make a lot of mistakes, some not being patient. And I will share some experiences. In our early days when we first started, we put up a casting call, and a young lady wanted to come from Lagos to Ibadan for that casting call. And she was skeptical, she was scared, I could see that, when somebody said I'm coming, and the next 2 hours I'm not seeing the person, I'm like, what's going on? And when she later came after I showed her, you'll be fine, everything is good. And she came and she was sharing her story. And her story was just too pathetic and was just too sad. She wanted to go into modeling, and she reached out to, maybe one area bros and stuff like that. And they told her, oh, don't worry, I will link you to an agency. I'll just go and bring 200,000. I'm talking about 7 years ago or 8 years ago.
Wow.
Where
That's
would
a lot of money.
That kind of money. So she pleaded and pleaded and pleaded and pleaded with the person. Later, they agreed on 60,000.
Interesting.
So because she was passionate, she wanted to do this thing. Then she paid the first installment, 30,000. Second installment, she was told to bring it to somewhere. And then we never knew what happened. Probably she was abused. And from there, she just lost interest in modeling. What looks like a passion from onset now becomes her undoing. So, and what happened, what really caused that, it was because she was not patient enough. Sometimes when you want to do something...
Do you think she's not patient enough?
Yes, no, most young people are not patient enough. When you want to do something, make research first on your own. Have a first-hand knowledge. Now we are in the world of the digital world.
True.
Have first-hand knowledge. Know something about it so that nobody can fool you. Like I tell some of our models that if I train you, or if we train in Arcade in our agency, and somebody still dupe you, that means something is wrong with you. Because we will cover all aspects. So I believe some are not patient enough, some are not accountable. Some don't want to sit down and learn. I just believe I'm beautiful and tall and handsome. I can do it.
I have what it takes.
I have what it takes. And the truth is, some survive, but I can tell you just 2 over 10.
Wow.
That will survive. Yes, just 2 over 10.
The margin is low.
Yeah, it's very, very low. I will share another example with you. We run different master classes, and what I try to do is to bring some models that have even been modeling before I started the agency in the city of Ibadan. And when some of them, when they come, they always say something that, we wish we had this opportunity you guys are having now in our own time. They kept on saying that. Some will say, listen, because they learnt by experience.
Yes. And
the experience was no good. Some were abused by photographers, some were abused by people in the industry, people tagged them negatively, oh, you are a prostitute, they went through a lot of things. And that is why some of them in that generation, they can't mentor a model. You know why? Because from their own, let's assume that somebody that was abused as a model, and maybe the sister now say, Auntie, I want to become a model. I know they will react because of what they went through. But the truth is, if young teenagers are well nurtured, they are well trained and well developed, they will become the best version of themselves.
That's a whole lot.
Yeah.
How does Arcade model balance talent grooming with industrial relevance and global standards?
Okay, so at Arcade, the process is the priority.
What's the process?
Yes, I'll get to the process. The process, let me say, basically is the training.
Okay.
If you are not well trained, or if we don't train you with our own standards, I'm sorry, we can't really push you out. Because I've seen it happen over time. Let me tell you a story. Like 8-9 years ago, when we first kick-started, our idea was, okay, there are so many models everywhere. So we did a casting, and we signed them immediately. That these are amazing tall people. And along the journey, we realized that these people, they don't even have what it takes to become a model. It's more like we are still the one training them again and grooming them. And it was so, because I had high expectation of them. And I was so like, what is this? I should not be the one training you again. So when I saw that this was a pandemic in that season, I said, okay, every model that comes to the agency now, we have to train you from scratch, no matter where you are coming from, because we have learnt our lesson. So when we take them through the process, we have 8 basic courses we run for our models. What is modeling, ethics and etiquette for models, code of conduct for models. And why we do that is because you can be tall and be good in catwalking, but you lack the ethics.
True.
As the ethics for human relationship, that's the way you
True.
talk to the client. That's the way when you go from an agency, you are representing us. So you behave like a brand. You behave like a person. You behave like somebody that is coming from a courteous home.
And you're knowledgeable
And
enough.
and you're in your craft. You are humble to listen to the photographer, to listen to the clients. You know, a lot of ethics comes with what we do. So we train them through that process. We teach them branding. When you are going for your shoot, try and create content. Don't you? Because for every shoot to go for, you can create at least 5 to 6 content from that shoot. So don't miss that opportunity, because you don't know when the next one is coming. Even though if you are booked early every day, always make sure you take account of what's that. So we take them through the process, or through. Then also in the training, we give them their test shoot. They go for a test shoot. It's a collaborative. We put them into groups. We have 3, 4 of you create a look. You create a look, and then we shoot. Sometimes those shoots may not come out the way we think it should, but they have gotten an experience. So anywhere they find themselves, they can contribute. So we take them through the process. After the process, then maybe more grooming. After I tell the models this: if you're under Arcade for 2 years, we tell them the first year is your year of grooming. We groom you, and the second year we call it a year of manifestation. So there's no how bad you can be in that first year. By second year, or blow internally or blow externally, you must be confident that yes, I've known this, I can go all out there and make a difference. So we take them through the process, we groom them, and we also teach them life lessons. As a model, you'll be rejected. When you are rejected, don't feel too bad. Me, I'm telling you now before you even start. And I have what we call them. We do something for them. We call them incubator. So the models that will work in the next Arcade show now, you don't know them. I'm training them presently.
Okay.
So I can train them for 3 months. You get what I'm saying? And after the 3 months, by the time we launch them, oh, where have you been? People like, oh, and they look professional because they have passed through the process. And now I'm telling them, they were like, no, now I want to go. Just be patient.
Calm down.
Calm down. And I tell them this: don't think I'm trying to hide you. I'm not. I can't hide you. When you are good, you are good. I'm not hiding you, but you are in your season of grooming. When your time of manifestation comes, even me, I'll be the one using calls. Where are you? Did not see you today. Where are you? Now you are coming to the office almost every day because you want to learn the skill. You want to know what it takes to do. Once you have been groomed and you have passed through the process, now we go to run after you. So that is just what we do. So, and with that, I can tell you we have produced a lot of amazing models. We have models in Germany now. We have in the UK. We have in the US. Princess in the UK, doing well for ourselves. We have what's it called now? Pelumi, amazing. She's a model. She's a nurse, doing greatly, and they are all around the world. If I close my eyes, they can compete anywhere in the world. They can compete. Yeah.
As someone who has created over 50 brand identities, what makes a fashion brand stand out in today's competitive Nigerian market?
Choose your niche and be excellent with it.
Okay.
Be excellent with it. Create a niche. Look at what works for you. Do I want to focus on Ashoke? Do I want to focus on hardware? Do I want to focus on bespoke designs? Do I want to focus on ready-to-wear? Create that niche. Look out for your market by you looking for people that have interest in what you do. Then sew and tailor your brand to those people. Nigeria is big and wide enough for you to choose your own, to make your own market research and say, okay, I'm only selling to one of the 100. You can choose that. You can say, oh, I want to sew for everybody. If you start a fashion brand today and you say, okay, I want to sell every top for 3,000, and I want to send to 1 million people in a day, you make your money. If you say, oh, I want to sew for one person in 6 months, and I want to charge 10 million naira, I can tell you, people will still patronize you. So choose a niche, Then look out for your market, for your target audience, and then be excellent with it. The moment people keep coming, also I love what you do, and they keep coming, and they keep coming, I can tell you will stand out no matter what you do.
Do you think picking a niche is actually the way to go? Because there was this tweet I saw about the person was like, I have no business in streamlining myself to one area. I can diversify myself into different things. And I also saw someone on TikTok, I think it sells only filler. All these Yoruba filler.
Yes.
And in my head, I was like, you're a family man, how is filler going to feed the family?
The guy has chosen the niche for himself. That I want to focus on cap alone.
Yes.
And for the tweet you said, probably you saw on Twitter, on X. Let's package them on X. And the person says, I don't want to box myself. It depends on what is driving you. What is your vision? What is driving your business? If you are, like I said earlier, if you are someone that just comes to the industry, you just want to chop first. That these clothes, and let me not take it back a little also. Most people that learn fashion in Nigeria, they learned it out of hunger. Hope you understand what I'm saying.
Yes.
Or they learned it out of, oh, I'm just at home, I'm doing nothing, I love kosher. I love fashion, they can kosher. So most of them, when they learn the fashion, when they learn sewing, they did not really learn the business part of sewing. Are you guys what I'm saying? So if somebody learn because I love kosher, I'm joke silly, was a private school. What are you getting what I'm saying? If that is your reason for learning fashion, you will sew anything. But if you go to, let's say, Paris or Italy to study fashion, you will niche down. That is when you see some brand that showcase in Lagos Fashion Weekend, you just see that they have this kind of aura.
Yes.
Most of those ladies did not study from Abele, or if they do, they have been able to metamorphose their brand to an higher, to a different pedestal. So you have to understand the number one, the vision. What is your vision? What do you see your brand doing in the next 5-10 years? Then you can niche down and say, okay, if you study in Paris or in the UK, I can tell you, by the moment you're done with your course, they will teach you about e-commerce, how you can sew and you put your brand on the website. And people can start, they'll teach you how people can start ordering for your clothes, and then you can sell out from there. But if you learn from Agbole in Nigeria, it's quite a different ball game.
Come on, what do you mean? Do you mean Agbole, they are not good enough?
What I'm just saying is that they are good, but they don't encompass all what fashion is all about. And if you want to learn in that line, you have to look beyond just learning from streets, or even all the fashion houses we have now. Most of them are just doing marketing just to make some money. Yes, they are good, they train well, but the real business part of fashion, they are not attending to it.
Which is
you, okay, can you tell me that if you go and learn fashion now, they will teach you, they will tell you, can you predict how much you will make in the next 2 years?
No.
So that you just learn how to sew, you do not learn the business part of it. They have got to teach you plus and minus. They have to teach you how can you market. Where see, is a whole lot, but it's a whole lot. That one is a different matter class on its own. You want to look into that, but I can tell you, most people that learn fashion in Nigeria just learn the sewing part. Only few have been able to make a lot of good money.
So I have to go international before.
No, not going international, but learning the business part of what you are doing. Yes, it's hope you know there's a lot of OAPs that talk, and at the end of the day, that they are not being paid well.
True.
So if you don't learn the business part of it, if you say you want to be on the screen 24/7 and you want to depend on your salary,
or they will even offer you rubbish and you just take it like that because you don't understand the business part of it.
Don't you see a lot of actors that probably at one point in their life, in their old age, they are trying to raise money, begging,
True.
You saw all these things, you see all these things online. Why? It's because they were good in acting. What happened when they were young is because they just learned the act, that they don't know the business part of it. That movie that you acted in, if you can negotiate well, you can tell the person that this movie, if it's blown in the next 50 years, I should have a commissioner. Are you getting what I'm saying?
Yes.
There is a way you can, when you learn the business part of it, copyright, all of these things, you will be fine.
True.
You'll be fine.
True.
Yeah.
Now, a quick one to collaboration for business brand, because I see a lot of people, and there's this what people say now, competition over collaboration. What can you say about collaboration in the Nigerian industry right now?
No, it should be collaboration by competition. Because COVID changed things drastically.
Okay.
COVID limited a lot of brands, COVID taught us a lot of lessons.
Yes.
That I will tell you an example for in Ibadan. Before COVID, I personally did my review in Ibadan. We used to have at least, let me say, 20 major events. They were thriving.
Okay.
So, and those events include maybe some fashion events, some comedy shows, some
parties,
some not even parties now. I mean industry events now. But what happened after COVID, and when the economy was too harsh, a lot of people dropped down. I can tell you, after COVID, only few of us had events. I can count so few of us that had events. Maybe 2020, 21, 22, only few people, because the economy was harsh again. The dollar was rising and falling. The economy was not stable. So only few of us survived that era in having events. And those are people that know the business part of it and are very strategic. And the guys that made most money after the COVID were the guys, maybe the comedians, that are using their personality to sell their events. So those ones, they will sell table. But me, you will not see my face in the flyer for the next 10 years. So nobody really knows my face, but they know the brand. Yes. So what I'm saying is that after COVID, we started pushing ahead of collaboration. Collaboration will help us to leverage on each other. You have your audience, I have my audience. Let's collaborate. That will not reduce anything from me. Because that information you are keeping that you think is just limited to you alone, it's a lie. I can tell you in the next 2 years, it's already on social media. Sure. Somebody will take that business idea that you are thinking is only meant for you. We do a podcast on it. All the secrets you think you have, they are using to make money. They will expand it and everybody will have access to it. So now is collaboration. I'm in the fashion industry, modeling. I partner with people. Let's come together. Let's do this. It's a win-win situation. And when everybody can evaluate, okay, I think this is going to work out for us. So it's collaboration. Don't ever get to the point where you feel that, well, if you have enough money, even if you have enough money, if you have to pay for everything in your event, in your show, in your brand, you are not doing well. When you're able to at least, somebody must give you discount, somebody must collaborate, somebody must say, okay, this and that, I don't want to, because of you, we are coming. It's collaboration. And I can tell you, if you all collaborate, the brand will move faster. The brand will be able to compete well against its competitors in maybe probably other countries. And even in Nigeria, if you can collaborate, all of us in Nigeria, one industry, beauty, in a fashion show, by default, few things should be there. A beauty brand should be there, a makeup brand should be there, a cream brand should be there, a soap brand should be there, because it's part of what makes beauty. Exactly. So, but the moment one says, I'm not doing and again, if you want to collaborate, are the brands worthy of collaborating with? That's another thing. So if you are not at the pedestal, there are some brands you will never reach. Or it's until you get to their level, or you find favor with God, that's when they can collaborate with you. But I can tell you that it's collaboration over competitor. And for me to cap up that thought, have you noticed a lot of big brands now? They now, even before, big brands, you can't tag them. Hope you know that. Yes. You can't tag them, they won't repost. Now, they are now the one going to meet influencers, creating content, and they now collaborate on their own. Imagine a Coca-Cola collaborating, let's say someone like our. Yes. Because they need their audience. Yes. They can't reach everybody. They too need their audience, so it's a win-win situation. So it's now collaboration over competition. Yeah.
Nice. I think that sorts it out. Okay, and earlier you spoke about people may not know your face, but they know your brand. For people, I've heard a lot of things whereby someone will tell me, let people know your face. Your face will sell the brand. So what should I go for? Should I go for personal branding, which is people should know my face and they would come for my brand? Or people should know the brand and they'll come for the face? Which one works?
Okay, well, it depends on what works for you. Okay. If you are launching a business and you already have a personality, maybe you are known, like let's assume that you are into TV stuff, and then maybe next 2 years you said, I want to launch a brand. Because you have a personality, you can use that to push the brand. True. You get what I'm saying? But let me say, in my own case, from onset, I did not really want people to know my face. I just want the brand to be visible there, the brand to be known, and the brand to go viral. So all my strategies were tilted towards that. You get what I'm saying? All the things I was doing was not about me. It was about the brand. You get what I'm saying? So it depends on what works for you. You can choose to have a personal branding, but at one point, if the brand is doing well, even the CEO or the whoever is the face of the brand we need to have to do some personal branding. So you can see play both together. Your business is doing well, is well branded, is the media outreach is good. You can also, maybe somebody says, oh, you are doing well, oh, let's call you for a conference, let's call you. So at that point, you need personal branding, you need to package yourself. Let's use that word. You need to package yourself. So depends on what works for you. You can do both, or you can just choose one, whatever works. But both is good.
All right, I think that's what it did. Now let's talk about your upcoming events.
Oh, okay.
We have Arcade Fashion Show.
Yeah.
We have Ashoke Fashion Week. We have Elamo Fashion Tour.
Yeah.
Ibadan Rather Fashion Week. What else do we want? No, tell me, how are we doing all of this showing this year?
Yeah, you know, we are visionaries, we are forerunners, and sometimes people can't catch up with our events. So basically, let me tell you the reason why we have all these events. Because like we said earlier, fashion is wide, fashion is beautiful, fashion is exciting, and all of these sections or outfits we have, mostly in Africa, they deserve to be celebrated. So what we are doing in our own platform is we respond to the need of the community, we respond to the need of the state. This state has probably over another 500, in fact over 500 Ashoke designers alone, I can tell you. And if they are up to 500, there's nothing wrong with them having a Ashoke Day or Ashoke Festival or Ashoke Fashion Weekend.
True.
The Ankara brands, they are endless. There's nothing wrong with, I have a friend that does Ankara Fiesta beautifully well. So for us, we try to niche down to these basic needs, and we're trying to use our platform to amplify those African fabrics. Because if we don't tell our story, no one will tell it for us.
True.
Or they will tell the story for us in a negative way. Gone are the days where the best story or the best documentary you see about Africa is Makoko, is the whites will never pitch the beautiful part of Nigeria. They will pitch the
bad side,
negative and the bad side of it. So when we started telling our own story, everything changed. So Nigeria is beautiful like this. Oh, so this place this is Abuja. Everything changed. So same thing in fashion. We have to tell our own story. So coming down back to the fashion events we have this year, we have run the Bridal Fashion Weekend for 5 years already, from 2019 to 2024, 2023, 5 years. We run that brand. Then we took a pause last year, and then we're launching back again. We have to rebrand this year too, so that we can reach other states, Port Harcourt, Lagos.
What are the states? Okay, now tell me all these events, the difference, and the dates for the event, and where. Because I know it's not Lagos and Ibadan alone this time around.
Okay, I will not be able to tell you all the dates, but I'll tell you the locations.
Okay.
So let's start for the Ashoke. Ashoke is coming up. Ashoke Fashion Weekend is coming up in August. First weekend of August, we'll be having Ashoke Fashion Weekend in Ibadan, and we'll also be having a cultural night before the runway show. So it's going to be a lot of glitz and glamour. Come in your African fabrics. Just come and have fun. Celebrate the Ashoke fabrics. And then the following day, we have the fashion show. Then we'll move to Lagos for the following week for the Lagos edition. Then we take a break for a month. Then we launch back for the Bridal Fashion Weekend. So the Ashoke basically is to showcase Ashoke. Is to showcase let me say some Ashwebi also. Anything that has to do with traditional wedding, that's what we are showcasing at the Ashoke Fashion Weekend. So for the Bridal Fashion Weekend, is also everything we have that pertains to the wedding dress, but we would have more of white wedding dresses, the suit. We'll have more. Let me say 80% more of it will be showcased on the runway. So upcoming brides that are getting married this year can come buy you guys can come by at the show, can meet designers, they can come for consultation. And then for that one is September. We'll be running 4 states. We'll be running Lagos, Ibadan, Abuja, and Port Harcourt. Our team are already working behind the scene to make sure all logistics are sorted, because it's a lot of effort and money. To put up a fashion show is not easy as
I know. I know.
So that's the difference between all of this show. And then by December, we'll have our annual Arcade Fashion Weekend. I think that should be the 7th or 8th edition. I can't even keep count again. The Arcade, Fashion Weekend. And that show basically is all about African colors. It's a show that you see all of African fabrics. both on the runway and the exhibition stand. It's a time also for you to come in December, to come and relax with your family, just come and have fun, just come and enjoy, just sit down in the runway, just make friends, enjoy yourself, network and have fun. So that will come up in December. So we have like almost 6 to 7 shows going this year.
I know.
God help us.
I saw the calendar, I was like, Arcade, that's nice. I mean, that's growth compared to 2022 when we had this interview.
Yeah.
You've not given birth to, you're still pregnant.
Yes.
You've not given birth to all of this,
Yes.
but now you've given birth.
Yes, we had conceived then, but now you have, like I said, we have given. Last year we did the El Hamoto, all around 4 states, 3 states in Nigeria, where we wanted to do 6, but due to the economic challenges, we had to just do 3. So we started from Ibadan. From Ibadan, we moved to to Lagos. Lagos, we moved to Abuja. Then we now came back to Ibadan. We're supposed to go to Abeokuta, but the economy shifted us back to Ibadan, and so that was the first city we were able to do. Maybe by next year we'll have the tour again, and we'll be able to do more.
I'm expecting more.
Yeah.
What were the challenges you faced during this old fashion show? And if for any brand that is looking up to you, I'm like, I want to go into fashion, all these fashion shows and all of that, I want to do more. What were the challenges? Well,
before I talk about the challenges, let me say, personally, beyond running fashion events in this city or every other part of the country, I always say that the city of Ibadan or Oyo State needs at least 20 major fashion events annually. So please, I'm inviting you. Come and join us.
They should come.
Yes, come and join us. It's collaboration now, like you said, not competition.
True.
If you're coming to the industry to come and compete with me, I'm not sure, or compete with us, I'm not sure you're ready, because we have produced over 30 fashion shows in this city and in this country. So why would you compete with us?
No, you don't need it.
You can only leverage and collaborate with us for you to say, okay, I will tell you something. I'm producing a show in the Shogbo presently. I love the organizers. It's a foundation. They gave us a free will to bring in our experience. There's no limitation. We advise them, this is the best thing. They say, this, and they flow with us. So it's collaboration.
True.
They are the one putting down the resources, the money, but they are still ready to listen to us.
Yes.
So you that are just coming, also we will consult, we will advise, do this. But sometimes your vision can be peculiar. Run it, but take in consideration the advice we will give you, because running a fashion show is not that simple.
It's not for the faint-hearted.
It's not what you see on Spice TV. Like you see the models catwalking, coming out.
All these GT fashion show, you just like the picture and everything.
What is behind the EFA is more
than the AJ.
AJ. So don't try this at home, but you can try it if you can dare it, and if you are also ready to listen and be mentored.
How do you ensure they remain impactful and culturally relevant?
Yes, we stick to the game plan. We stay rooted. That's why in all of our shows, we always see that the African fabric is a top priority. So we stick to it. You just be consistent and be indigenous with what you have. Like I said earlier, we are promoting our culture. We are promoting what we have in the city of Ibadan. We are promoting a particular set of of fabrics of fashion for a particular show. So we stay rooted in that. Be original and be excellent, and you will be fine.
All right. As you said, I'll be fine, right?
You'll be fine.
You serve as a resident pastor.
Oh, okay.
Pastor Adeshola Oluwatosin. You serve as a resident pastor of the Exchange Church. How do you manage creativity with spiritual leadership together?
Okay, I think the spiritual feeds the physical. So
True.
As a child of God, I know where I draw my inspiration from. In fact, all of this fashion show game plan started from church.
What about stress of combining both together, leading a church and also going for fashion shows and tours? Are you not going to be in church on Sunday?
I will. Well, for me, it boils down to leadership. I was mentored, and I was mentored by my pastor, Reverend Femi Osolomi, amazing man of God, and it taught us almost all of these things. How you can have a work-life balance. Let me put it that way. So you can balance your ministry with your career, even with your business, with your education. That's the way you can balance everything. But it takes patience and nurturing. You get what I'm saying? But so how do I balance? I just balance it. You grow capacity.
True.
What you do is that I've been raised as a leader, and I also raise other leaders. So I can't be everywhere at every time. I can tell you, I can put up, or let me say, our team or the Arcade as a brand can pull up a fashion show. It will go on well, and I don't have to be there. It does not depend on me. We have grown capacity. Our COO is in Abuja presently, doing great stuff, pulling up. In fact, he's the one pulling the show up. You understand? In every state, is one initiating each conversation, each meeting, each talk, and so
The CEO of Arcade or what?
the COO, yes, our
the
chief
CEO,
operating officer.
I want to say who is not the CEO.
I've been stepped down as a CEO. In fact, on the agency level, I've stepped down as a CEO. So I'm looking for a new CEO. If you want to looking for a CEO,
Don't worry, I'm here for you.
please come and submit the application. I've stepped down from. You get what I'm saying? So it's a work-life balance. Number one, number two, leadership. Leadership. When you have leadership, when you learn leadership, you grow capacity to raise other leaders, and they can do whatever result I've produced, they can reproduce it, and that makes life easy for everybody.
With everything you're building, the fashion, the media, the ministry, what is the ultimate legacy you want to leave behind with all of this?
Legacy.
Yes.
I've thought about that. I'm still a young man.
Yes, you're still a young man, but you've actually done a whole lot in the fashion industry.
Yeah.
I could tell that you are one of the pioneers of fashion brands, like all these fashion shows in Ibadan. As far as Ibadan is concerned, if you're looking for any fashion brand and you've not actually reached out to a kid, you are playing. That's the truth.
Okay. You are right to some extent, but to also give credit to people that have gone ahead of us. Because when we wanted to start this journey, I look out for brands that are doing this, and I think we had those few platforms. Them NTFS that was owned by Galaxy TV. They did some couple of shows, but what I feel and how I feel God has helped us so far is the consistency and the tenacity. It's not easy to run a show in a year. Not to talk of now running 5, running 4, running 3,
and not just one show.
And not just one show. Different. So it's the grace of God. It's also knowledge and God helping us.
So what are you
through the
leaving
journey.
behind?
So what are we leaving behind? A good legacy, of course. What the next generation can hold on to, what they can build on, what the next generation can say. If maybe let's say in the next, because number one, I'm here to stay till I'm 100. I'm still financial are still going, but I want to see an opportunity where a young model or a young administrator can say, "Oh, I started my fashion, my modeling agency, my agency or my showbiz business inspired by Arcade, and now we have built an $100 million company." Again, the legacy I want to leave behind is we want to see a lot of our young people that are going into our industry, because the industry has been tagged negative somehow, that people can have an orientation. Let me tell you something amazing that happened when we started the agency. Our first year, why I knew this was God's purpose for me and why I wanted to do this is I had 6 students, and the first 5 students were pastors' sons and daughters. So that means there is a need even in the body of Christ for what we do. So we just need somebody that will do it right. So I want to see the legacy that people can come into our space and do it in the right way, not in the negative way. Not trying to exploit people, not trying to defame not trying to abuse people, but trying to make the world a better place no matter where you find yourself. I tell people, when we train you as a model, it transcends beyond modeling. Those lessons, those ethics, those virtue we put in you can be replicated in any other industry. So that is the legacy we want to leave behind. To live for God, live for Christ, live for humanity, and be a blessing to our generation.
Interesting. The last question.
Yeah.
I like asking people this: passion or money? Which one should I go for?
Passion or money?
Yes.
Which one should you go for? Depends on the level you are in life.
Just tell me, what should I go for, passion or money?
Depends on the level you are in life. Well, I will tell you, have passion and go for the money.
How should I go for the money?
You know, okay, the level, when we started the agency,
it
was all passion. In fact, for the first 2 years, I was trained for free at the agency. And I trained including Sundays.
Okay.
Now, the most people part that when I remember now, I used to pay me is that, let's assume, it was a free training, let's assume I fixed training for 10 o'clock. Because it's not paid, somebody can come by 12.
Yes.
So the people that are here there by 10, I will have start with them. I will have talk for 2 hours. When the one that now come by 12 now comes in, I will now start all over again for that person. I was that passionate. And how should I put it? My neck was going thinner.
The money was not coming in.
Money, bo. I was hungry than hungry. If hungry see me, say, this man, why are you hungry like this? But the truth is that those years formed my thoughts, shaped me up. You know, it developed me into what I am today. That sacrifice, that passion. But now if I want to do things, it's for the money. Now I produce show for other brands. They pay for our services. Are you getting what I'm saying? Now people call me, oh, I need models. It's no more collaboration. You pay for the service of the model. Even if not for that model, but for the grace that is covering the model, you have got to pay for that model. And so I think have the passion and go for the money.
So when I go for the money, then the money will not for the passion, right?
What the truth is, when you have the passion and you do it right, the money will definitely come.
Okay.
The money will always come.
Okay. Understand the business part of it also.
Yes, the money will come. At one point, there will be a breakthrough. I've done shows where after the shows I got broke. Not broke of serious broke. Thank God that I don't really like to owe vendors. That if you owe vendor, your phone will be ringing. Hello, I've not seen your balance. But most times I try to avoid that, not owing. In fact, the way we do make our shows, I make sure I don't owe. So I tell you, this is what I can afford. Don't come and drag me after this, because I know that I'm doing the next event very soon. You now be saying, he's owing me money, you cannot do the next. I try to avoid all those comedy. It's comedy. I try to avoid it. Yeah.
There's one Bible scripture you actually told me. I think was it 2 or 3? No, probably maybe 2020.
Okay.
Yeah. That was, I think, Habakkuk 2:3. Write it down, make it plain.
Yes.
Every single time I remember that scripture, I remember you. Because that word kept ringing in my head. And Heritage.
Write the vision down.
Write the vision down. You want to do this and you want to do this, right?
Yes.
Don't worry. Just go for it. Yes. Write it down and you run after it. You achieve it bit by bit because your dreams are valid. Every single time I read that, I just smile.
Yeah.
Arcade told me this.
Yes, it's still valid. The word of God is the truth and is on point. For that Bible scripture, we shared it in church on Sunday. We did M3. We brought a guest and we still speak about it, because sometimes you have a vision, but you have it in your head. Yes. It's not good enough to have it in your head. It has to be written down. Anything you write down, that means your mind has processed it, your thought has processed it, number one. Number two, anything you write down, you give God the opportunity to be able to see it and work on it. And the Bible says, he that seeth it may run with it. That means if I want to come into your space, into your life, and I'm asking for the vision, and there's no vision to work with, that's where somebody can manipulate you. Yes. But when there is something, I tell people, young students this, I say, whatever you want to become in life, write it down. Yes, now paste it at the back of your room, or in the front of your room, in your hostel, or anywhere you are. Either boy, you just want to chop you and go. When he comes, tell him to go and read this vision. That this is my next 10 years. If the guy's thought does not align with that thing, by default, he will just withdraw and find his own headquarters. But if the guy comes to you and you have no vision, the guy may even say the wrong vision to you and you'll be manipulated. That's why you now feel cheated. But if the vision is written down, I can tell you, people will hardly shame you or abuse you or use you. So that's very important. Thank you so much. I really enjoyed this episode with you. And I hope next time again when I call you, you would answer me. And by then, Arcade will be in US. We'll be having the tour, the fashion show everywhere we go, by God's grace. Amen. I'm so sure you've been able to pick one thing or the other from this conversation, and Habakkuk 2:2, write it down, make it plain, and run after it. Expand your capacity and be excellent at whatever you do. Until next time, bye.